Yo, alright, so people, look. Today we on our what they call it, our science, our learning side of YouTube. You feel me? How dangerous is a supersonic Nerf dart by the one and only Mike Shake. Man, I can't even talk. 2.8 million. Let's see what he's talking about.
This video has been sponsored by Kiwiko.
Alrighty.
How dangerous is a Nerf dart? Shot faster than the speed of sound.
800 miles per hour.
A while ago, I built an air blaster capable of shooting Nerf darts very fast.
Oh Lord.
It took me 2 months of failures and doubts, and also a bunch of money to make it. But I somehow ended up designing a functioning pneumatic system that shoots stuff at 600 psi.
Oh Lord.
Which is quite a lot. Supported by a wooden stock and covered by a 3D printed shell. And all that makes a powerful blaster that shoots multiple times with a single charge.
Oh Lord.
The problem is that the Nerf darts I used in my video were blowing up because of the pressure, not allowing me to even get close to the full potential of the blaster. So this time, besides the original Nerf darts, I also got better foam darts, half the length of the original ones. Then a few 3D printed projectiles. And since I also want to find out how powerful my blaster is compared to a classic rifle, I'm also gonna shoot 50 cal lead slugs and last but not least 50 cal muzzleloader bullets. The plan is to measure the velocity, the energy, and the damage against the targets for each one of them.
God,
to help me with that, I got Bryce and Adam from Ballistic High Speed. They have very pretty
slow-mo cam
and very expensive ultra slow motion cameras.
So
we're gonna be able to capture great shots and see things that wouldn't be visible with naked eyes and any other cameras in the world. The first projectiles we're gonna test are gonna be the foam darts. And before shooting the targets, I wanna measure how fast the blaster can shoot these things. And also find out if my Nerf blaster can actually shoot supersonic stuff, because right now I'm not completely sure about that. When something breaks the speed of sound, you should hear a loud boom called sonic boom. And only at the very end of the last video I heard something like that, which made me believe I shot supersonic, but I never actually measured the speed of that shot. So now we're gonna do exactly that.
That's crazy.
Also, the blaster is looking kinda weird right now, and that's because for this test I made some modifications to improve its performance. First, I connected the air tank directly to the QEV, rather than keeping it below the barrel connected through a hose. This should dump all the air into the valve even faster, and in theory increase the velocity of the projectiles. Then I also removed the rear tank. Doing that sacrifices the ability to shoot multiple times with a single charge, but there is a good reason I did it. For this test, I want to be able to shoot each shot at a different pressure, based on the projectile we use and the velocities we measure. It will take a while to disassemble the rifle and change the regulator value each time, but by not having the tank, the regulator is easier to access, and since there is so much less volume to fill, it's also easier to pump to the desired pressure for each shot. And for the first shot, I want to try to recreate the one in which I heard the sonic boom in the previous video. Blue Nerf darts and 430 psi. Bryce and Adam are installing this board, which is gonna help us measure the velocity. Knowing the distance between...
You wanna get in the video?
What are you doing?
They can see you.
What are you doing?
I'm recording the video. We're looking at the Nerf dart.
Yeah, sure.
Say what's up.
What's that?
Between the lines, and measuring how long it takes the projectile to travel between them, we can measure the velocity. And so, shot 1, 430 psi.
Dang.
Hey, sorry for interrupting. Isn't that annoying? What if I told you there was a way to get rid of ads like this?
Scoot my ass. Dang, boy, he blew that dart up.
So, right there, for a split second, we're getting a normal Mach cone off the back of the bullet. See it expanding up?
Yes.
So it should be very close to the speed of sound.
And after Bryce made a few calculations and me and Adam were there for moral support, we got the official speed.
1,087 feet per second.
Ooh, we're so close.
So close.
Wait. This means with the first shot, we got 97% of the speed of sound.
So now what do we do? Like, do I lower the pressure a little bit, or do I increase it even more?
Well, the bullet is still mostly together, so it might be able to take a touch more pressure.
So I tried shooting with 500 psi.
Nah.
But the dart was even more damaged than before, making it
crazy.
slower than the first shot. So then I tried again, but with a lower pressure, hoping the dart wouldn't break. But it simply flew even slower. So the 430 psi of my first shot is actually the best combination for these darts, actually confirming what happened in my previous video. The reason only one of these two shots was supersonic though, even with the same pressure,
I don't know how we built that gun.
probably comes down to the weather and a mistake
Yeah.
I made. When I shot supersonic, I was filming in
But
the middle of June
if we go back,
weather,
let's see.
and a mistake I made. When I shot supersonic,
It's right here. He got an air tank on it and an air tank with a scope. So we can see that he just slides the Nerf bullet in there and he shoots it. And instead of it shooting like a normal Nerf gun, boom, it hits you. And it don't really hurt. It just feel like somebody tapped on you. That right there could probably kill you.
I was filming in the middle of June with hot weather and dry air. Now it's pretty cold.
is pretty
and it rained
crazy.
yesterday, and since cold and humid air is much more dense, it also slows the projectile down. Well, the second reason is that to fit the blaster in the shipping box, I got out a few inches from the barrel, and that might also contribute to a lower velocity. So the maximum speed of the original Nerf darts for this test is 1087 feet per second. But
55
I'm not gonna leave
joules.
this place until I record a supersonic shot. So before moving to
Watch
test
this.
the damage against the targets, I gotta prove that this thing actually
That was a
shoots
bullet.
supersonic stuff. The problem is that the next
That's a
projectiles I'm
3D
gonna use are
printer,
gonna be
and then
very
that's a
powerful, but
actual
they're also
bullet.
heavier and slower than the
slug.
Nerf darts. So the last chance I have to record a supersonic shot is using the half-length darts. This should be slightly
that's a
lighter,
Nerf bullet.
and the materials used should be a much better quality than the original Nerf darts. So
Mhm.
my hope is that they're gonna stay in one piece, even with higher pressures. Bryce also had an idea to improve our measurement.
I think the Nerf material slows down so quick in the air. I think if we just look at the first inch or two out of the barrel, it might be supersonic and then
It's
slow
crazy.
down to subsonic. So we're gonna do a really high frame rate, really zoomed in, and just look at the exit. And I think if we calculate just that speed, it might be supersonic. Because you can see the shock diamonds
There
and
is
the
a
mach
shock,
cone
yeah.
and everything. So I just think the Nerf is so light that it just slows down really quick. So we'll
Yeah.
try that.
So for the first shot with the half-length darts, I tried with 520 psi.
Ooh. Boy, that just blew up the
No
thing.
idea what happened.
I haven't heard that noise before.
And at this point, I kinda started to lose hope.
It's apparently even worse than the previous ones.
The good dart, the one that was supposed to hold higher pressures, completely blew up.
I was finna say, yeah,
The
that
cap
thing just.
came out after the body.
What in the world?
Did I just traveled a few thousand miles, twice, just to prove that my supersonic Nerf blaster does not shoot supersonic?
How is that possible though? Yeah.
1096.
1006?
Yeah.
Oh,
The cap?
The main part of the.
The body?
Yeah.
okay.
1096.
Now that changes a few things. We are 20 feet per second off.
Yeah, this because the speed of sound changes with air temperature. So the temperature of the air right now, the speed of sound is 1111 instead of 1125. So
We're
we're
insanely
even
close.
closer than we think.
They right there.
I'm about to cash a $50,000 check for an accident I was involved in over 5 months ago. The same
Skip on them ass. On their ass. That's how
Why
you
are
gotta
we
do
not
it every
getting
time.
We just gotta keep trying.
Yeah, I think so.
So then I tried lowering the pressure to 500 psi. But it didn't change much. We always got
1065.
very close, but never supersonic. But then I randomly tried shooting at max pressure, 590 psi, and this happened.
Ooh, Lord.
Whoa.
You hear that though? This actually felt quite promising. Now we just gotta wait for Bryce to do all the calculations.
It is one of those awkward framing where it's like either on one side of the frame or the other. But
I couldn't do this.
Come on,
That math
Bryce.
is too.
Hey,
Mm-mm.
Say it.
Yeah, it ain't happening with me.
I'm trying my best here. The average is 1135.
Ooh.
I would say that either touched the speed of sound or was just above.
I think
I think.
that's good enough.
That's good enough.
That's good enough.
Later, the software confirmed the shot was actually 1,170 feet per second, And so this is officially the shadow and the shockwave of a supersonic Nerf dart.
Golly.
Which means we can move to test the damage against the targets for the Nerf darts and the powerful
Those are
projectiles.
ballistics.
Starting from the
That means
weakest
it's
one,
like
the Nerf
technically
darts.
shooting.
I'm gonna shoot all the shots
Yeah.
against the target.
You're shooting
using the
something and
maximum
it'll
pressure of the
affect
blaster.
the head as
And
if
since
it'll
we already
actually.
know the Nerf darts would blow up with
Yeah.
that pressure, we wrapped shipping tape around the dart. And the first target is gonna be a ballistic gelatin block.
Can you hear
Blocks like this allow to measure the penetration of the projectiles into a substance similar to muscle tissue. And with this begins the damage test.
Ooh. It just hit it. And then it squeezed the bullet.
That's very interesting. It's nice to see the Nerf dart stayed in one piece, and it actually penetrated a few inches into the gelatin, which is a few inches more than what I expected.
Dang.
And even though I doubt it's gonna be lethal, it's worth testing it anyways. Shot 2, Nerf dart versus ballistic
see.
dummy.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh Lord. They ain't do nothing. So I guess I can't kill a person. Oh no.
I mean, this shot would certainly hurt,
It
but
would
it's
hurt.
definitely not lethal. But what about the plastic darts? These bullets are 3D printed plastic with 100% infill, and they weigh about 6.5 grams. And the first one I'm gonna shoot is a sort of experiment. Firearms barrels are usually rifled. This allows the projectile to spin in the air, stabilizing the bullet and improving both range and accuracy. Now, since my barrel is literally just a pipe, I wanna see if a rifled projectile would still make it spin when I shoot it. My plan is to shoot 3 3D printed projectiles against the ballistic gelatin, and the best one of them against the ballistic dummy. Also, things are starting to get kinda serious now, so we're gonna use shields against ricochets from now on. Shot 3, rifled 3D printed dart versus ballistic gelatin.
Oh. Now that just smacked it real hard. Let's go back.
Printed
See,
dart
it didn't
versus
even
ballistic
go
gelatin.
straight. It kind of like angled up. Boom. That did go a lot farther.
Did it break in half inside of it?
No way.
That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, it's
It
big.
broke. It broke in half. Instead of the ballistic
Dang.
gelatin.
That's scary. That's kind of cool. That would hurt.
That would definitely hurt. But the reason the projectile snapped is because the rifling didn't work at all. The bullet hit the gelatin on its side,
And it
causing the
snapped in
impact to
half.
split it in half.
Yeah.
Now I want to try shooting the smooth version of the same projectile and see what happened with that one.
It was only that one. Because normally, like they said, inside of a gun, it has like little ridges for when you shoot it. It takes the bullet and it spins it to make it move quicker and it be more accurate. And he put the little lines on the bullet to make the on the 3D printed Nerf dart to make it spin, but it didn't spin. It just angled up like this and hit it. Yeah. That's why it did that.
Wow. That's way in there.
I didn't even see that one.
That's much better than before.
Wow. Jeez. Imagine that hitting your leg. Oh,
One
yeah,
of the
it's gonna
things
hurt.
students love about culinary school online with the Scopier is the toolkit.
Skip the mess.
Oh, much better. Look how perfect that is. That was just like a bullet.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
That
just
that
like a
would
bullet.
definitely go inside of you.
This time the dart penetrated quite a bit.
And
You can
it
actually see the
turned.
trajectory into the gelatin.
That's cool.
The bullet
Err.
traveled at a speed of 915 feet per second, carrying an energy of 252 joules. And so, we are definitely into lethal territory. Now this is the last 3D printed dart before moving to the heavy ones.
That ain't really. Yeah, it didn't really do too much. Sure did.
Did it work? Oh yeah. This one flew very straight in the air. I can't tell if it was actually spinning, but it flew at a very similar speed of the previous one. And as soon as it hit the gelatin, it completely
exploded.
shattered inside of it, which I actually find kinda cool. Anyways, the smooth dart was the fastest one, and so I'm gonna shoot the dummy head with it. This thing has bones, and I have no idea if the plastic is gonna just bounce back or actually do something to it. But I guess there is one way to find out.
Jeez. Nah, I think that might kill you. So would.
I got pieces of zombie on me.
Oh, yeah, nice shot.
Oh, lucky.
Oh, that went in. Oh my
Sure
god.
did.
Good God, man.
Yeah, it did. Definitely didn't come out.
Yeah, but this was with the 3D printed ones.
Yeah, it cracked all the way through that like frontal lobe.
Is that a crack?
Yeah,
Oh yes.
yeah. This zombie is not making it.
And the projectile hit while tilted, so it didn't even have maximum piercing power.
If it was perfectly straight, I think it was
You got some on your forehead. It splattered back on you.
At
Dang.
this point, I only got the metal projectiles left. And, you know, seeing this thing I made actually working, it just makes you feel great. And so, I've been looking for a gift for my little nephew, capable of somehow letting him experience the same feeling. And then, I found out about KiwiCo, which does exactly that. Basically, it's a subscription box that delivers hands.
We do not care.
This is so excited about. It's like on digital shake. This 50
Oh, here we go.
LED. Alright, back to the video. So this is a 550 grain 50 cal LED slug. To
Right
put it
on.
in perspective, one of these weighs like 36 NERF darts.
fire.
Wow. Seen that?
I felt the recoil. Yeah. I felt the recoil on this one.
Just over halfway. Just like
No way.
that looks like it flew pretty good. It's clean.
Wow.
That would have been deadly.
Oh yeah, it
And even though
definitely
the
will be
bullet
deadly.
tilted, probably because it wasn't spinning, it penetrated through the gelatin way more than the previous ones. The LED slug flew at a speed of 480 feet per second, carrying an energy of 381 joules. And I'm pretty curious to see what 381 joules are gonna do to the dummy head.
A whole lot.
He's ready. Can I shoot? Fire.
Oh! Oh, it went through his head. In one side, out the other. And it's still going. Yeah, it's crazy.
I made over 6 figures trading without even looking at the charts, without spending hours glued to the screen.
Scribble on the man. Man. Nah, that's crazy though.
If you watch the top of the head, you can see the shockwave of the energy going over the top.
Ooh, you see it over the top?
It's separating off of the skull. Those pieces. And it's so like intact, hardly deformed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
That was
Really very good.
The slug also kept flying, and he made a hole in the wooden wall.
See, it made a
Now,
hole in the
last kind
wall.
of projectile is the 50 cal muzzleloader rounds. I didn't even know this thing existed before today, but they look mean, and I'm very interested to see what kind of damage they're gonna do to the dummy. The
Let's see
sunlight
what
was
he's talking
getting
about.
weaker by the minute though, so we quickly shot the ballistic gelatin,
Oh,
and the round started spinning inside of it, as if it was water, and then
So
came
this
out of the
thing.
side of the block. The muzzleloader traveled at a speed of 550 feet per second with an energy of 252 joules. And now we're gonna see what happens to the ballistic damage.
Sure did leave it in there.
And well, I was expecting the damage.
Ooh.
But I wasn't expecting the dummy to
Jeez.
completely blow up.
I got hit with bones over here.
You got hit with bones? Bam! Nah, man, what in the world? You can't even see no purple till it blow up. Right then and there. That's wild. And the heart of a
So
woman.
I guess I can say the not so NERF blaster definitely
Not
works.
so NERF.
Huge shout out to Bryce and Adam from Ballistic High Speed. Without them, this video would have not been possible.
Right
if you like
on.
my stuff, I believe you're gonna like.
Alrighty. How do you think about that?
It was good, but yeah. There was lots of blowing up.
There was a whole lot of blowing up. Oh yeah.
And on the last one, he said it wasn't very much. That wasn't very deadly. His head blew up.
Oh, it did. It sure did. That is crazy, ain't it? Crazy how a Nerf bullet can do all that damage.
And how could he even make that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, how he made that gun. Oh look, it's right there. 780 miles per hour Nerf darts. He got just a long old tube with a air tank, a scope on the top from a real gun.
Did he buy that red gun and just...
No, I'm pretty sure this right here, all this red down here is 3D printed. He probably 3D printed this and then built that with different metal and aluminum. I don't know.
Yeah.
But hey, that was one heck of a
Video.
Alrighty. Alright then. Well, y'all go ahead and sub up. We what? 4, I think, away from 100. Tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Come on now. Lock in, cuz. Alright, we gone. Alright, that's the end of it. We gone.